In the hidden village of Edera lay a village like no other, known as Whispering Hollow. What set the people of Whispering Hollow apart was their extraordinary ears. Each pair long and gracefully ached like soft, oversized butterfly wings. Their ears were not just large, but highly sensitive, able to pick up sounds from miles away. For the villagers, these ears weren't just for listening. They were a source of pride and a unique form of communication. They had developed a language of listening where they could communicate without words, simply by the subtle shift and twist of their ears. With a single flick, they could signal joy, with a gentle drop, sorrow, and with a flutter, excitement. Children learn this ear language as naturally as others learn to speak. One day, a visitor stumbled upon Whispering Hollow, a traveler named Lion, who had lost his way in the forest. The villagers welcomed him with open arms and warm smiles, but Lion felt uneasy. Despite their kindness, he couldn't help but stare at their enormous ears, especially as they flicked and wobbled in strange ways as if they were holding a conversation he couldn't understand. Curious, Lion asked the village elders, Amme Ameren, about their ears. She chuckled, her own long ears curling with amusement. Our ears are a gift from our ancestors, she explained. They allow us to hear the whispers of the wind, the rustles of the leaves, and even the thoughts of each other's hearts. Over the days he spent in Whispering Hollow, Lion learned that the villagers used their sensitive hearing to live in a harmony with nature. They could hear storms approaching, sense animals in need, and even communicate with the towering trees that guarded their village. Through listening, they knew the world around them better than any map or guidebook could ever show. By the time Lion left Whispering Hollow, he no longer saw the villagers' ears as strange, but as beautiful symbols of connection. As he returned to his world, he often thought back to the quiet listening language of the villagers, and he found himself learning to listen just a bit more closely to the world around him, even if he didn't have long whispering ears of his own. As the season passed, the villagers of the Whispering Hollow deepened their unique bond with the animals of the valley. With their sensitive ears, they could understand the subtle sounds and emotions animals express. A low murmur in the rustling leaves told them when a fox was anxious. A certain rhythm of chirping signaled when birds have found new nests, and a soft hum in the breeze hinted at the concern of deer near the village edge. Their connection to animals went beyond mere understanding. The villagers had a gentle pact with the creatures of the valley. They didn't hunt for sport. They only gathered what was necessary, ensuring balance. In return, the animals trusted them, even assisted with small tasks. Birds would help carry messages from one end of the village to the other. Squirrels would fetch berries from hard-to-reach places, and even the wolves, ordinarily distant, would warn the villagers of approaching dangers. But as the villagers thrived in harmony with nature, others from beyond Whispering Hollow began to view them with suspicion. People from neighboring villages, whose ears were small and ordinary, couldn't grasp the villagers' way of life. They called them forest shadows and whispered tales of magic and spells that supposedly let them speak with beasts. Many from neighboring village feared that the Whispering Hollow folk were witches who had bound the animals to their will. One day, the neighboring villagers approached with torches and loud voices, demanding that the Whispering Hollow cease its unnatural ways. At the forefront was a hunter named Calder, who saw their connection to animals as a threat. He believed that villagers' bond with animals weakened the natural order and threatened his livelihood. Elder Emira calmly faced the crowd, her ears raised in steady, compassionate posture. In her quiet, firm voice, she addressed the gathering. "We do not bend animals to our will," she explained. "We listen, and in listening, we have learned to respect them. The valley is home to us all, humans and creatures alike. We do not own it, we share it." The villagers tried to share their teachings with their neighbors, inviting them to learn the art of listening. Some, like a young girl named Faya, grew curious and learned to understand the gentle language of the valley. She became Whispering Hollow's first true ally from beyond, helping bridge the gap between her people and the villagers. However, the most of the neighboring villagers fear outweighed curiosity. Though they left Whispering Hollow in peace that day, they continued to tell tales of the ones with enchanted ears who could command the animals. Over time, Whispering Hollow grew more secluded, becoming a place of legend and mystery. Generations later, those in neighboring village had all but forgotten Whispering Hollow, save for an old story passed down about people who could speak to animals with their ears alone. Few believed the tale, but every now and then, someone with an open heart and quiet mind could venture into the valley and discover that just maybe the language of listening still existed. The people of Whispering Hollow, unaffected by the world's changing opinions, continue to live in harmony with nature, quietly tending to their valley, listening to the animals, and trusting the truth. Understanding comes not from words alone, but from the silence of connection.